This YouTube channel here, Evolve HQ, have a lot of videos, something about Polyglot. It looks like this channel is supporting the fake polyglot YouTubers, liars and scammers. They have a video here, something about from monolingual to polyglot American students language journey. This got me fluent. Then they show 6 flags, and I showed something about that in another video. But then I found something else here that I've seen before. There's another video here, also some other video here. Look how I learned 6 languages. And this one, how this Korean polyglot learned 5 languages. How to master multiple languages, language secrets. How I learned 4 languages without ever living abroad. Yeah, just bullshit, man. They have many videos, something about polyglots and learning languages. I'm going to show you a specific video here about this, but not the whole video, just a little from the video. But this channel is full of bullshit and making some lying videos. Look here, how to learn 11 plus languages, polyglot reveals secrets. How to learn 10 plus languages on Polyglot reveals secrets. They have many lying videos, and I think some of the videos are with the Polyglot YouTubers. I found one of them with one of the Polyglot YouTubers that I've showed before. And I think there might be more than one Polyglot YouTuber that they are showing, but this video here, look this video here, how I learned 9 languages. You can too. Polyglot secrets for fast fluency, yeah. Then they show this clown here, this gloomy languages.
Oh, it's going to be great. The whole social media, everyone's going to love how you can juggle the ball and speak the language when you do it. You know, if you don't need to tell everyone necessarily that, because you're getting the reward. It's not good. It's really not good for your ego.
Yeah, I think much better to find a Spanish-speaking friend and just get obsessed.
There you go.
With them, take those wins, and they're going to be proud of you when you go out into the real world and
totally.
do what you can do. So yeah.
Could we know some of the highlights of your language learning experiences?
Oh, I mean, there's too many. I mean, some of the things that are cool is when you really need it. Now what I do, I run around, I do interviews for, some of these major football and sports companies, Nike, Adidas, and etc. And so we're interviewing stars, from former legends. Like I just did Raul Gonzalez. You know Raul? Yeah. I don't think that video's out. Probably it may be out soon here in a second.
Right.
He feels more comfortable in Spanish, obviously.
Right.
And there's several. I did Sergio Ramos. Just did Sergio Ramos. He'd rather speak Spanish. And there's
So other football players, they prefer to speak their native language. Then this clown here, he wants to pretend just because he was a football player, then he can speak 10 or 12 languages. He's full of bullshit. Maybe he have learned a little in different languages, but he's exaggerating and pretending to speak more languages than he can do. And he's also pretending to be much higher level than he is. I've seen on Wikipedia where he was playing and for how long time, and most of the countries he was only playing for like 1 year or 2 years or not so long time. It means that there's a big chance if he only stayed in a country for 1 year or 2 years that he did not really take that much time to learn the language. And if he took some time to learn the language, then he did not become high level or fluent in the language. Then maybe he just learned few beginner stuff. And if he learned few beginner stuff, for example in Danish, then after he moved to Croatia or some other country, then he learned some beginner stuff in Croatian and so on. Then every time he go to next country and learn some beginner stuff in that language, then there's a big chance that he will start to forget what he learned before when he was in another country in the other language, especially when he only learned some beginner stuff and few things. And that means that now after he retired from football, then there's a big chance that he cannot remember anything of those languages, and if he remembers something in those languages, then maybe he only remember few words or few sentences. And even if he practice some of those languages again, then he will still only be beginner in those languages. And if he try to become good in 1 or 2 or 3 of the languages, then he will only become good in 1 or 2 or 3 languages, and the rest he will only be beginner, because he cannot suddenly practice 10 or 12 languages that he know few beginner stuff before some years ago. He cannot just suddenly practice 7, 8, 9, 10 languages in short time and become high level in 9 or 10 or 12 languages in short time. That will be almost impossible. So I think he can only speak few languages at a good level, and then the rest he only know few beginner stuff, or he cannot speak them at all. He's full of bullshit.
Several times like that where the player feels more comfortable, and so normally what they'll do is have a translator. Well, that's a boring interview. Ramos, just as Sergio Ramos, he'd rather speak Spanish, and there's several times like that where the player feels more comfortable, and so normally what they'll do is have a translator. Well, that's a boring interview. Like, imagine if you guys had to have someone I talk and then we wait for this guy over here to just tell you what I said. It's like,
he's saying it's a boring interview when they will have a translator. So what do you want them to do? You want those football players to speak 10 or 12 or 20 languages so they don't need a translator? And why it's boring? It's normal. If someone are a football player and that football player is from, for example, Germany, and then someone interview him in Spanish and he cannot speak Spanish, then it's normal that there will be some translator to translate to Spanish or Italian or French or some other language, and there's nothing boring about it. It's just normal. But he is overreacting. He's overreacting and saying, oh, it's boring and blah blah like that, because he want to play smart and say, oh, I don't need a translator because I can speak 10 or 12 languages. He want to play smart, but he's full of bullshit.
come on, you know, those are boring. They're subtitles or whatever. And so a lot of times they'll just say, okay, just do it in that language. You know, the real challenge will be when I try and do it in a language I don't really speak, like Portuguese. Like, we can get by, right? You know some Spanish, you know Italian, you can get by. But if they asked me to give an interview, I would do it just for the challenge, you know. But stuff like that's going to come up, I have no doubt.
Portuñol, is that what they call it? When you mix
Mix it up.
Spanish and Portuguese.
He's full of bullshit. And this Guillermo languages, he said that he likes to take on a challenge. Then why you did not accept the challenge where I challenged you to make a live stream with me where I bring native speakers to test you in all the languages that you say that you can speak? You did not accept that challenge because you are a liar and fake and a scammer, and you cannot speak all those 10 or 12 or 9 languages or whatever, you fucking liar shit. And you can also see here, you have a comment here. And also look, the first comment here pinned by Evolve HQ. Personalized one-on-one language lessons with native teachers on italki. Buy $10, get $5 for free for your first lesson using our code evolves. And you can see here web italki.com/evolvehq2504, an app italki.com/evolvehq2504 app. So they have some affiliate links here to make money, and some people will say, what's wrong with that? It's not wrong if they're honest people, but when they're lying to people to make money, then it's wrong. But some people, because they're liars and supporting liars and scammers or other liars and scammers, some people with no morals, they cannot see what is right and what is wrong, and then they will say bullshit about me and saying a lot of lies about me and saying that I'm saying something that is not real or not true. It is a lie, and it's also a scam when they're lying to people to make money. And then here look, Guillermo languages. Yo, it was a pleasure, my bros. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to the next one. So they will make a next one also. You can see those liars and scammers, they're supporting each other. And then Evolve HQ responded here, really grateful for your time and sharing your inspiring story. Can't wait for the next one. Those liars and scammers, they're working together. It's a big scam community. Just a lying community, scam community. Just some disgusting humans, some scam community. It's a fucking lying scam community. Then they also put it here in the description. Personalized one-on-one language lessons with native teachers on italki. It's a scam community. And then look here, this one is very funny. Speaking 9 languages in 1 minute or something, 1 minute and 14 seconds. Well, I don't know if he will speak those 9 languages there or what, but it's just bullshit. Just some fucking scammer channel. A scammer channel supporting liars and scammers. So many channels on YouTube are making some lying videos to fool people and scam people. Here, this Will John, football player, American football player, Gulurmi languages. I will show you on Wikipedia what it says about him. Look here, this one, William Olurmi John is an American former soccer player. He's also called Gulurmi. If you notice here, then you notice many of the countries he stay at, he only stayed there for short time. First he was in USA, then here he was in Denmark. He only played 1 match in the Danish Super League. Only 1 match. And I think he was in Denmark not so long time. But let's see here. I'm not sure if it was 1 year or how long time. Look here. In January 2008, John moved to Danish Superliga side Randers, signing a 1-year contract on 7 August 2008. Randers announced that William had agreed to personal terms and joined Serbian Superliga team. Then look here. In 2009, John signed a contract with this team here, I think from Croatia or something, or Serbia, I think from Serbia. So he only stayed in Denmark for like 1 year or maybe less than 1 year. So he only stayed in Denmark for a year or even less than 1 year. And then he wanted to pretend that he can speak Danish. And in the video I showed about him, he said by himself that his coach or the one working for the team didn't help him to learn Danish because they were saying to him why you should learn Danish when you can speak English. And there's a big chance that he was just speaking English in every country he go, because in most countries there are some people who can speak English. So even if you go to different countries, then there's a big chance that he was just speaking English in all those countries. And if he learned something in any language, then maybe he just learned some beginner stuff or some few things in every language. You can see here he was in Denmark, then in Serbia, and then this one is in Croatia. So Denmark, Serbia, Croatia, and then Azerbaijan, and then Morocco, and then here also in Finland, and here in Georgia, and again in Croatia. So Denmark, and then Serbia, Denmark, Serbia, Croatia, Finland, Morocco, and Georgia here. So he was in mostly some East European countries plus Denmark, and then Morocco, and also in Finland. And he did not learn Arabic. And those East European languages, I don't think that he learned them also, because most of the countries he did not stay so long time. Maybe he have learned a little Croatian. So there's a very big chance that he can only speak English, and then he have learned a little Croatian, and that's it. And then maybe he know very little in Danish or Serbian or some other East European languages like that. But he's full of bullshit. I think he can only speak English, and then maybe have learned a little Croatian. But then he will say that he can speak 10 or 12 languages. Very big chance that he can only speak English, one language fluently, and then he have learned very little Croatian, and after those few years that he have not stayed there, then maybe have already forgot those things. He's full of bullshit. He cannot speak all those languages. He's a liar. He's full of bullshit. Very big chance that he can only speak one language, English, and then he have practiced a little Croatian, and that's it. And maybe when he stayed in Morocco, he have learned a little French, but there's a chance that it's only very little. He was only there for 1 year or less than 1 year, and he only played 3 matches for this phase from Morocco. You can see he only played 3 matches. Only 3 matches. Same like in Denmark, he only played 1 match. And also in this one here in Serbia, only 3 matches. So I think he can only speak English, 1 language only. And then maybe he know very little, few words or few sentences in French, and very little in Croatian, and maybe he just know few words and few sentences in Danish like that. So every language he just practice few sentences. Not so much difference between him and the other polyglot YouTubers who just practice few sentences and few words and few beginner stuff like that. But he's only fluent in 1 language, English, and he's full of bullshit, and he's a liar and a scammer.